we have to go to the Ontario legislature, where we have an MP from Mississauga East, Kaleed Rasheed, has given an honor to two people, one of them Muslim Brotherhood adjacent, one of them an actual member of the Muslim Brotherhood. So we're going to show you a clip. It's about, I think, about 50 seconds of his honoring. We're going to cut out the first minute of it, and I'll just summarize. He talks about the Al Qazzaz Foundation and what they do for immigrants and whatever, and this, and they're so great. And plus, I'm a much better public speaker than him, so we can skip that bit. So, Awab, if we have the clip, here is what was said in the legislature today, and we'll go over it soon.
The foundation was founded by UFT graduates Kahlid Al Qazzaz and Sarah Atiyah. It was Khalid's and Sarah's passion for democracy, human rights, and social justice, combined with their professional experience in education and development, led to the birth of Al Qazzaz Foundation for Education and Development. Mr. Speaker, the Foundation's vision is to foster equity of access and outcome through innovative education and development projects rooted in the values of human rights, democracy, and social justice. Thank you, Khalid and Sarah, for your shared dedication to serving the community and creating such an astounding organization with such a great vision. I cannot wait to see what great programs and projects the Foundation will be working on next. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Now, before we go into who Khalid and Sarah are, let's just pause and remember, this man is a conservative, supposedly, honoring an organization's commitment to social justice, which is a very, very conservative idea. Now, maybe he means social justice in the sense that ubiquitous, good-sounding words, social justice, yay! We're going to get into social justice in just a little bit. But an organization dedicated to equity of access, fine, but equity of outcome, that is communism. Equity of outcome is a communist idea. That means everyone gets the exact same outcome. That is literal communism, equity of outcome. And this is a conservative honoring a Muslim Brotherhood member who created a foundation in Canada committed to communist ideas and promotes democracy. Remember, he talked about promoting democracy. So who exactly is promoting democracy? Let's throw up, let's be Kahlid Al Qazzaz. Here. So here we have from Tom Quiggin. Here is Kahlid Al Qazzaz. He was a foreign affairs spokesman for the Muslim Brotherhood, president of Egypt. This presidential aircraft of Egypt. His father-in-law, Al-Tahini Atita, who says his Dundas Mosque follows the teachings of the Muslim Brotherhood. So if you remember last week's episode, Al-Tahini Atita, he was part of an expose we did on a certain Islamist group that we're not going to mention on TAC TV because they're suing us. I can't mention it, but if someone in the comments would mention what group we're talking about that he runs, that would be a real big relief. So Kahlid Al Qazzaz, who the Qazzaz Foundation is named after, it's his literal last name, was the foreign affairs minister. So he was a spokesman, a propaganda person for the Muslim Brotherhood president of Egypt. Like, that's Mohammed Morsi. That is the actual Muslim Brotherhood. That is the same organization founded by Hassan al-Banna. The same one. It's not like a proxy group who has ties to here, and this guy's part of this organization, who's the vice president of this organization. Right? It's not any of that. This guy was a spokesperson for the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, the literal Muslim Brotherhood, who started a foundation in Canada to talk to people who don't have good English skills. What could possibly go wrong? Now, Sarah Atita, who is the daughter of his father-in-law, right? The other person mentioned there, she was vice president of the Muslim Students Association, and when the Muslim Brotherhood took off in Egypt, she meant back to Egypt because, in her words, Egypt was a much better place than Canada to raise their children at the time. Right, yeah, definitely. The Muslim Brotherhood provides a much better child-rearing environment than Canada. Real Canadian heroes, these two. Real Canadian heroes. And their commitment to democracy? What is his commitment to democracy? When Mohammed Morsi took over in Egypt, he banned all other political parties. Part of the Muslim Brotherhood's founding principles, the literal Muslim Brotherhood that he was the spokesman for, the values he expressed to the world, were the reason the Muslim Brotherhood was founded was to end the opulence of Western democracy and have the world submit to Islam. They banned democracy. The first thing these guys did when they got power was to ban democracy. But we're giving them an award to honor their commitment to social justice and equity of outcome. You know, leftist nonsense and literal communism. Because of their commitment to democracy by ending it. Maybe he forgot to say their commitment to ending democracy. It's absurd. This is in the Conservative Party. This is what we need to stop. Because if Doug Ford's Conservative Party can't say, hey, stop giving awards to the Muslim Brotherhood, then what chance do we have of reforming anyone else? You have to write Doug Ford about this. You have to write Kaleed Rasheed, who will ignore you. But if we can't get Doug Ford, who seems to be the biggest villain of the modern left, to say, you know what? The Muslim Brotherhood isn't an organization that exports social justice and democracy. Unless if you mean killing Jews as social justice, which most people do, then yeah, they're probably a social justice organization. But democracy? They banned democracy. Full out banned all other political parties. That was the government this guy was a spokesman for. Now, a little thing mentioned in that tweet. We talked about the mosque that says it follows the Muslim Brotherhood teachings. That mosque is right here in downtown Toronto on Dundas. Now, we do have a statement from that mosque. Can we get a statement from Toronto Masjid, please?
انصرنا على القوم الكافرين اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين اللهم انصر عبادك الموحدين اللهم انصرهم على القوم المجرمين اللهم عليك بمن قتل المسلمين اللهم عليك بمن شرد أبناء المسلمين اللهم أحصهم عددا اللهم اقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا اللهم طهر المسجد الأقصى من دنس اليهود اللهم طهر المسجد الأقصى من دنس اليهود.
Well, that was interesting. Should we slay the disbelievers one by one, purify the Al-Aqsa Mosque from the filth of the Jews, humiliate the atheists and the polytheists and the non-believers? Ho! What an interesting group of people that we're giving awards to. Remember, those are the people committed to social justice, democracy, and of course, communist nonsense. Because that's what the Conservative Party needs to award right now. Liberal ideology, literal communism, and the Muslim Brotherhood.